Hello and welcome to the Connect Cape Fear podcast, where locals, newcomers, and travelers in and around Wilmington, North Carolina find community and connection in this beautiful place that we call home. Our guest today is Tabatha Walsh from River Landing. Tabatha, welcome to Connect Cape Fear podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am the director of sales for River Landing, and I live here in Wilmington, and I travel up to Wallace every day. It's not that far, which is a misconception. And I have 2 children, and I don't really have anything else.
No?
That's second. I can't think.
Well, you're the director of sales
Yes,
at
I'm the
River
director of
Landing,
sales,
right? Which is a great, awesome community up in Wallace. It was about 40 minutes, right, from Wilmington?
Yep, exactly about 40 minutes.
Jump on the 40 and head north like you're going towards Raleigh.
Exit
you're
385.
Exit 385 and a beautiful golf, swim, tennis community. How many homes are there in River Landing now?
I think we have about 300 homes.
Okay.
I think.
Still developing, or is it
we have
completely developed at this point?
a lot of properties that have sold have not been built on yet, but we are definitely seeing that. We haven't seen that in a while, and we're seeing that starting to build up, and where houses are going up, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
We have out-of-state membership for those lots, and then we have our inside residents that some are members and some are not.
Okay.
But the community itself has been, this is our 26th year.
Wow.
Yeah, we celebrated our 25th last year.
Congratulations.
So, yeah.
Did you guys throw a big party for your 25th anniversary?
We did.
Yeah?
We did. We had a big party out at our pool and had all the residents out, and they enjoyed it.
It's great. Yeah, great community. 2 beautiful golf courses, as
2
well.
2 courses, both in the top 40 in North Carolina.
Which is hard. It's got to be hard to do because North Carolina has some beautiful golf courses. So I can't imagine that that's an easy thing to get to be a top 40 golf course in North Carolina.
You go through, the golf panel comes out, and you get rated. They spend a lot of time with you. They play the courses.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's probably the best perk of the people who are rating it. They're like, I got to play it again and again and again and again.
Keep playing it. And then they rate it on the community, the clubhouse, everything around it. So we are privileged enough to have them come out, and then they keep rating us higher. So we're excited. They're great courses, though.
Tell us a little bit about how River Landing came to be, because it is a big, beautiful community. The clubhouse there is gorgeous. It's well-maintained, meticulous when I go out there. But how did that come to be? Like, what was the vision behind putting that community in what was 25 years ago a much more rural area than it is today?
That's a great question. So the River Landing is kind of umbrellaed under what is Murphy Family Ventures. And the Murphy family are owner-operators. We have several of them that actually live in the community still. And that is a big thing with working for River Landing, is that it's all about putting back into your community and working for Murphy Family. So they just wanted to have people come and be a part of Duplin County, which is right outside of New Hanover County, but they wanted people who are coming for agriculture. We are a foundation of farming, and they wanted to have somewhere for folks to live and still be close to everything that they need to be close to, and have actually a community within a rural place. So it was attractive for farm management, different, just to build up Duplin County itself.
That's great. And so you've been in hospitality your entire career.
Yeah.
We were talking before the show, over 20 years, right? You've been in hospitality. What's it like getting to work directly for an owner-operator, and how does that influence your ability to, 1, serve your customers well, but then 2, to impact your community versus, being with a big corporation, Hilton, Hyatt, Marriott, anything like that, the big names in hospitality? What's that difference like for you?
The difference for me is you get to touch and be a part of your community and you get to relate with the owners. Our owners are operating owners. They call me and say, hey, this is happening. I want to be a part of it. Let's go do this. They send me leads when they're out and about. They're like, I just got one from the owner the other day. He was like, I was out fishing. This guy might want to get married. And he's texting me. So that is probably fundamentally the best thing is that
Hmm.
you are actually working with the people who are helping build their business and build your business.
Yeah.
Then the community side to it is that they live there. They know like this part of North Carolina, they want us to prosper and they know that we have to give back to get.
Yeah.
And so they are living it. They're not sitting somewhere just looking at numbers.
Right.
Certainly numbers
Picking
are
up the
always,
phone,
yeah,
calling you like, hey, we're a little low this month. You should get
that's
out there, work a
right.
little harder.
That's right. And they obviously numbers are important, but that's not what's most important.
Hmm.
What's most important is that we have like a slogan with our family that with our company that started with the family, Wendell Murphy, that states, he's like, under promise and over deliver. And he means that.
Hmm.
And that has just went on to our sitting president, Dale Murphy. And we just do that. That is what we do, is under promise and over deliver.
What are some examples from your time that you said you've been there for 9 years, right?
9 years.
Can you give me like a good story from, like whether it was a wedding or some event where you just had the opportunity to under promise and over deliver for a customer?
I think we do that most often. We are there. When we say, when you come and do an event with us, we want it to be as seamless as possible. But I would say that we do a lot of the charity golf tournaments. And I think we under promise and over deliver there.
Hmm.
I have one of the best pro shop teams. They go above and beyond, which makes us want to go above and beyond. So we know what their focus
Yeah.
is trying to get money for their cause. So we make it very affordable and we go out of our way to find ways that we can keep putting money back to their charity. If it means giving a room fee away, no problem. If working with a budget, no problem, we will do it. Letting sponsors come in to bring in product to help them so that they don't have to purchase as much.
Yeah.
That's a unique quality that you don't see at many hospitality, that you don't get to bring anything in, but we're pretty open to helping the cause. And then for all of our groups, we've had hurricane. Florence came in and really devastated us, and we still delivered. We got our clubhouse open. We got our venues open for folks to deliver to them what they had been looking forward to doing. And that was a team effort that I won't forget, because we spent day and night working to get things together for these folks to have their events.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, do you guys have weddings around that time? I got to imagine that was a big wedding season. Florence was September 14th, 2018. So
it's huge. And that's
yeah.
our biggest time. And we had to cancel a lot of weddings or replace them or change their date. But the ones when we said we were going to be able to be open, and then you know how construction goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we weren't, but we made it happen.
Yeah.
And and that was the other thing, just in community in general, that we did fundraising meals completely on us just to keep people going. Hope for the Warriors that year, we still hosted during COVID, not in the hurricane, but during COVID, we still hosted and had people come out that could, because that's where they were saying, go out, play, go golf. So we
be outside.
And we had that luxury, but we gave back knowing that we have to keep giving back to keep getting.
Yeah. Yeah. So talk a little bit about your staff, because you kind of alluded to them a little bit. And, I've been to a lot of events. I've been to weddings. I've been to good golf tournaments. I've been to poorly run golf tournaments. Like, how important is it to have a staff and a team that's kind of all bought in on that mission? And maybe you can talk a little bit to the people who deliver and under promise every single day. I didn't want to screw that up. Yeah.
I know, I do too. That's why I had to think about it. Your team is the most important. And we have the best. And I have to say that I think that is that fact that we see our ownership frequently.
Mm-hmm.
We have great leadership that is working hand in hand. There isn't very much sitting in an office and just saying, oh, go do this. So our team buys into it, but because they're a part of it and we're a part of it. As me, I'm a part of it. We're not asking anybody to do anything that we wouldn't do. And they enjoy what they do. And it's the most important. And it is from the dishwasher to the cart guys, to the front of the house management. Pro shop, I've already said, you just can't beat they're fun, they're just hardworking. We just have a really good time doing what we do. And I think
Yeah.
that's the difference, is that hospitality is important. But I often say, we're not curing cancer. We're
Yeah.
having a good time. And
Yeah.
I often say to
Should be
myself,
fun. We're
yeah,
making experiences for people,
yeah. And so
right?
a lot of times people ask me, what do you do? And I'm like, I sell a good time.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good way to say
yeah,
it. Yeah.
because it's hard for people to understand.
With or without alcohol sometimes,
with or,
right?
with or without, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
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 And I think that makes the difference with your team, is that if you're having fun and the people that are working there enjoy what they do.
Mhm.
And I would say that we do.
Yeah.
We enjoy what we do.
Yeah. And to talk a little bit about some of the community events that you do. We were talking off camera beforehand. You have a big golf tournament that's coming up this weekend that you've done for 14 years. Talk a little bit, though, about the community, in and around Duplin County that you serve, and some of those events that are, more charitable in nature, but are designed to, connect and engage with your
Sure.
community and give back to some other people that need some help every once in a while.
Well, we do a tremendous amount of giving back, but specifically in Duplin County, but also here in New Hanover County, we're part of the Azalea Festival. We are part of the Seahawk group. We bring out food for the UNCW Seahawk group. We are a part of so many different things with educational side. From the North Carolina collegiate side, there's constantly a support there. We do work with the Marines for Thanksgiving. We bring Marines out. Our community is amazing. The residents there, we feed them, and then they take them to their home and feed them. We feed them breakfast, and then when they take them to their home and feed them, let them be a part of their family for the day.
Yeah.
We do Toys for Tots. We try to get involved in as much as we can locally in Duplin County, but here in New Hanover County, Pender County, they're very important to us to keep ourselves out and about.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that everywhere around us, if they're progressing, then we're going to progress, and then we can, as a group of people, help more. And then the Hope for the Warriors is probably our biggest in terms of raising money.
Okay.
Because it is a celebrity invitational.
Okay.
And we do it for 2 days. And the first day is like a par 3, and then we call it Warrior Night, which is just a traditional interactive mess hall. It's very fun. And we have the celebrities out. We have the flag officers, sponsors. And then the next day we go out and golf, and they're 6-man teams, and they're getting to be with the people that are served, which are post 9/11 veterans, families. Each team gets that. They get a representative from that has been helped through Hope for Warriors, and we're really proud that we've raised $1.6 million.
That's a big number.
And this is our 14th year, so we're really looking forward to what's going to happen next year, being 15 years, and it's become near and dear to my heart. But anything that we can be a part of that is going to help someone, we try to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Habitat for Humanity. I'll say that, I don't know if I should say this, but I will say that the family that I work for comes together every year, and they do what they call a family retreat. And they come in, but that part of that is they always go and do a community event back to somewhere. And this year they were out mowing lawns and helping the community. That's where it comes from the cloth of the company.
Yeah. One of my earliest mentors when I got into business had that philosophy or that mindset. It sounds like that the Murphy family does too as well. It's like do the right things for the right reasons, and you'll never get the wrong results. And so if you're, I think you said you're not curing cancer. You're right. And you look at things like, okay, it's just a golf course, or it's just a clubhouse, or it's just an event space. Those are places where people gather and actually get stuff done, like make things happen within your community. So when you look at it, when you frame it kind of like that, it becomes much more important than just a facility.
Absolutely. I love that you said that way. Yes, absolutely, because that's exactly what happens. But at the same time, we love just having our social engagements. We have a beautiful facility. We have two. We have the Mad Boar has a ballroom on its second floor that we host tons of proms and birthday parties and weddings, and the same at the clubhouse. And you see, it's also a lot of joy. So I love that we get to have the fun side.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, that fun can turn into an amazing gift of some sort. And that's probably what I love most about what I do is watching the connections and
Yeah.
watching people be happy and really and truly enjoy what you did for them.
Yeah, it's meaningful, it's purposeful. Like, I can remember all the best weddings that I've ever been to, or the best events I've ever been to. The venue itself had so much to do with it. And it was, like the setting, the scenery, but the staff and how hospitable they were and all that stuff. And that's what makes the life kind of interesting, is you can go back and say, well, I remember my friend Nate's wedding in Miami and where we were and how great of a venue that was and how much joy we felt in that moment. And that's what you offer to your community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we love to show it off.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. When I didn't know much about River Landing before I started working there, I definitely knew about Mad Boar.
Yeah, when did it come on your radar? Like, how did all that happen? Because you were at Bald Head Island prior to, so you went from the southernmost point of the greater Wilmington area to what I guess would be like the northernmost point now.
It is. I had a friend who worked there.
It's always a friend.
Yep. And I helped her with her wedding. And then we had been coworkers previously, and an opportunity came open, and I jumped on it.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know much about it. And I'll tell you that I'm very proud of where I work. It's beautiful. Sometimes you got to stop. I had to do this when I worked on Bald Head, when here, but you got to stop and look at where you are. And we have a gorgeous property.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud. When people come in and see it, I was a little shocked myself. And then I was like, I'm home. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I was texting with my wife earlier today. She's a little stressed out. We're moving offices. We're doing like a lot of stuff. And I was like, I need to go see water. Like, I haven't been to I like to go to the beach at least once a week, maybe once every other week if I can fit it in, and just walk on the beach and look at the water. And there's something that's so peaceful and serene about any kind of beautiful landscape.
Yeah.
That just like reconnects you, grounds you, puts you in a place where you're like, okay, everything's kind of going to be all right. I'll make my way through this. So getting to work in a place like that, I'm sure you're like, let me just stop on this bridge before I cross over it and check it out for a little while longer.
That's exactly. And they were just so smart in how it's designed, is that you have like this traditional, beautiful clubhouse looking over the golf courses. Then we have the River Lodge on the Cape Fear River, and we have the Mad Boar, the Celtic Court, which is very Renaissance with exposed brick. It's just, you get something different in every location you go to.
Yeah.
So that's kind of really fun, that you're never really looking at the same scenery. It's different in every location you go to.
Yeah. Yeah. Super cool. What is something that you want people to know about River Landing that the general public might not know, or something that they can't go on your website and find?
Well, this is known by going on the website or Google mapping it, but I would want people to know that it's not that far, especially from the Wilmington area. And the other thing I want people to know is that we truly do enjoy what we do, and we welcome and come and be a part of the community. You can purchase.
Yeah.
I mean, we really welcome you, and it is a great place to spend your time. And for us, we want everyone to know that we're in a great location in terms of getting around. It takes an hour and a half to get to Raleigh, 40 minutes to get to Wilmington. I mean, you're just kind of right in the middle of a lot of great things, but not in the hustle and bustle of things.
Do you have a lot of residents there that commute back and forth? Is that work remote or hybrid people, workers that will come into Wilmington a couple days a week, or even into Raleigh?
Yep, all of that.
How's their lifestyle look? Like,
really nice.
Just on the outside looking in,
it looks
like,
really
man,
nice.
I could live like that.
They have. I mean, they have like you said, we have a tennis pool, golf courses,
Pickleball going in?
we have an indoor pickleball court that we just opened this year. That's
what gets
nice.
the people going. Is the pickleball.
It's really nice. Pickleball is the number one growing sport, is what I hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have the pickleball courts, but we have great trails, walkways that people just. I watch them. They're riding their bikes in the afternoon, the morning. They're walking. They're taking a swim. They get to, a great driving range and go hit some balls if they don't have time to do a whole 9 or 18. So, I mean, it's a great lifestyle. Yeah. And then there's nothing really keeping them awake at night. Yeah. It's nice and quiet and dark.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you don't have airplane traffic or street noise or anything like that. No. What price comparison from New Hanover County to Duplin? Can you get a little bit more house for your money there in River Landing, or is it comparable to what we're dealing with here?
I think probably you might get a little more, but it's pretty comparable. Yeah. Just depending on what you consider. I think you can probably get more house, definitely. Yes. Yeah. I think so. I'm just sitting here thinking, I know I just contradicted myself, but I think it's comparable because you look at the house, but then when you think about
our sprawl's big. Yeah. It's getting real big.
Yeah.
What about events wise? Like, are you, if people they're like, I want sort of a destination event, whether it's a golf tournament, corporate retreat, a wedding or something like that. Are you going to pay a much higher price in New Hanover County or the Wilmington event spaces than you would up there with y'all? Okay.
Yes, we call it affordable luxury.
Affordable luxury. I like that. Yes. Yeah.
It's very affordable in comparison to New Hanover County, Raleigh. It is, we know what our market is and where we are, but we also are very proud of what we have. So it's not going to cost some money, but it's not going to be what you're going to spend.
Yeah, you got to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got to.
And the great thing is it's kind of a one-stop shop because you can have all of your, like, especially for a wedding, you can have your rehearsal dinner. We have different locations. You can have your wedding reception, and we have the on-site accommodations and an activity with being, on a golf course, on the river. There's things to do. Yeah. Yeah. And more businesses are opening up in Wallace too, so it's great. We have spa now. We have all kinds of things.
Yeah, you see that with and I'm always really I admire people who take big risks, like to develop something that is, for lack of a better term, back then nothing else was really going on around there. Small rural farmland. And now when you get up to that exit, you see all these other little businesses popping up around it. The amount of fortitude that it takes to go, we're going to sink what I would have to imagine to be multi-million dollar, multi-year investment into developing all of that without anything else really there. Those early adopters, those pioneers that do that, takes a lot of strength and willpower to get it done. But then when you see the back end of it, like all these people are like, well, let me support this infrastructure here that's been put in. Like,
absolutely. I admire it too. Yeah. I love telling the story, and I love sometimes just remembering like where it came from. Right.
Right.
That
one person's vision.
Yeah.
Say, well, we should put a neighborhood here. Yeah. With a couple golf courses and tennis and
absolutely,
pickleball wasn't even a thing.
And it was family then. I mean, it was like brother and sister, like they were just brothers and sisters just doing it. And it's amazing, and I love the result of it. Now you're right, we have Wallace is definitely moving up and getting different businesses and such. But I think that is a result that we aren't that far away, and love New Hanover County. I live here, but we're running out of space.
Yeah. We're on a tiny little peninsula, and we can't go vertical. So,
no, we cannot.
We can only go so wide.
So coming out that way is not that bad, and now I think we're seeing that, and I love it.
Yeah. As a fun little, as we get into our last 3 or 4 minutes here, as a fun little sign off, with the exception of River Landing, we're just going to ask you to exclude that. I'm going to give you 3 real quick rapid fire questions about the greater Wilmington area, places that you like to go because you've been in hospitality. So number 1, what is, in your opinion, the most beautiful landscape that we have? A place that people can go, whether they're locals, they're new, they're tourists. Riverfront. Okay. Downtown Riverfront. Yeah. Why is that so special to you, the Riverfront?
Because it's clean. a lot of times you go to a lot of downtown riverfront areas and they're not. It's
Yeah.
clean, but it's eclectic. You can get anything. You can be at a brewery. You can be at an upscale dining. You can get a burger.
Yeah.
I love that you have it bookends with shopping areas that are kind of cool and unique. And then now the Live Oak Pavilion's there for some music. I just love the riverfront.
Yeah, they've done a great job developing it down there.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about the riverfront.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm a beach girl, so I didn't say that because we're all at the beach,
Yeah,
but I
everybody's
didn't
like, the
say
beach
that.
is the easy answer,
Yeah,
right?
That is the easy answer, but
Yeah.
I will say I think the riverfront.
Wilmington downtown will thank you for your free publication or your free publicity, I should say. Okay, best cup of coffee in town.
Port City.
Port City Java. Which one do you like to go to?
One on Market Street.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. There's like 7 on Market Street.
But the one that's close to like
Market North 23rd.
yes,
That one, yeah,
yes,
over by the
yes.
airport,
That's 'cause
across
where I
from that
live.
little park. Perfect. Port City Java is a great place to get a cup of coffee.
That's a hard one because there's some good coffee. That's why I had to hesitate. I was
Yeah,
like,
we do
we have some good coffee
we got
shops.
some good coffee. This one right here, Spill,
Yes,
across the street
yes.
from our studios, Signal Fire Media Studios, is a good little place.
Loved it,
I like
yeah.
how pink it is in there.
I love it.
Pepto-Bismol pink is making a comeback.
It
on
is,
interior
and they had a little
design.
pink phone
Yeah.
on the wall. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, somebody put some thought into it. Okay, last question for you on rapid fire. What is the best local nonprofit to support, or what is one local nonprofit that you've really found joy and fulfillment in supporting?
Gosh, say Mother Hubbard.
Okay.
Isn't that what Mother Hubbard cupboard?
Okay.
Is that what it?
I can Google it real quick.
Yeah, I think it's great. It's just helping with the.
Yep, Mother. Oh, that's try to say that
See?
5 times
Yeah.
fast on a podcast. Mother Hubbard's Cupboard
Yeah.
over there on 315 Red Cross
Yeah.
Street in downtown Wilmington. What is it now? What is it that they do?
Feeding.
Okay.
They're helping feed.
Yep.
And I just think that's especially in today's time.
Absolutely.
Groceries are expensive. Times are hard. So
Yeah.
I just love that. And it's going right back. It's quick and it's easy for
That's
people
great.
to get the service they need.
Well, I want to thank you, Tabatha, for joining us on the Connect Cape Fear podcast. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, they want to schedule a wedding, book a golf tournament, have some type of event up at River Landing, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Riverlanding.com. That's
Okay.
the best way for anything. Golf tournament, all of the above.
Mhm.
Lodging, golf tournament, weddings, whatever you would need is riverlanding.com.
Yep. And this weekend is the Hope for Warriors golf tournament.
Yep, we start on.
So if you need somebody to come out and shoot 100, I'm more than happy to come and do that. I was a Marine too, so I can
I
come.
do remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. I can
Yes,
come out and
yes.
tell some awful jokes.
You'll have to come
about
up.
being in the military.
We'll have to get you there next year for
Yeah,
sure.
I'd be more than happy
Yeah.
to come. I love doing stuff like that. I love golf tournaments. They're great, especially when you can use them in a way where you can have fun and engage in community and build relationships and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It's always a win-win-win. So
Absolutely.
all right.
Well,
So
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. That's Tabatha Walsh, Director of Sales from River Landing. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Connect Cape Fear podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in connecting with everybody from Connect Cape Fear, details will be in the show notes. We'd be more than happy to talk to you and feature you on this podcast. So you can talk about all the great things that your business is doing to connect and engage with our community here in the greater Wilmington, North Carolina area. We'll talk to you next time.